Almost every child would know the feeling of receiving a free cheeseburger when you get Player of the Week, but are programs like these changing how kids perceive junk food? McDonald's sponsors Little Athletics, Nestle's Milo sponsors cricket, and Sanitarium sponsors Ironman, and the list goes on. These sponsorships are called Corporate Social Responsibility, or CSR, and have been used for decades as a way for big food multinationals to give back to the local community. However, PhD candidate from UOW's School of Health and Society, Zoe Richards, believes that these socially responsible programs may be marketing our children into having unhealthy relationships with big food companies.
Essentially, companies are getting into children's settings and marketing to them, and children don't necessarily have the critical thinking skills or the capacity to recognise that they're being marketed to.
Big food companies are pushed away from advertising to children, but Zoe Richards thinks that CSR is a grey area that means that big food multinationals can target young children and change their attitude towards their companies.
Parents are very critical of direct forms of marketing to their children, but I think people need to be just as critical of corporate social responsibility as they are other types of marketing.
But there is an issue with trying to stop these CSR programs, namely who else would fund them? So do we let our kids create unhealthy relationships with big food companies, or do we say goodbye to Little Athletics, Milo into cricket and more?
That's where it's up to the public health community to lobby our government and convince government that these programs shouldn't be funded by companies that have a vested interest in children.
Sarah Gore, UOWTV Multimedia.